Hello YouTube, you are welcome to another episode of today's tutorial, and today I have come with war. No, just joking. But I mean, I am here to tell you some facts, and it is just based on the fact that LUT is ruining your images. Most of us that are not so good at color grading, especially if you had started, filming like 3-4 years ago, you would have you would have met a YouTuber who at the end of the video told you to download a particular LUT lookup tables for free, or you are paying for some at at few bucks, thousands of naira, or whatever currency you are spending in your own hometown. But I've come to let you to know that using LUT is ruining your images. But before we go further into this, something seems wrong about my own shot. Alright, so in this particular tutorial, I have gathered a whole lot of clips, including this particular shot that we are using now. We'll be using shot from my drone, we'll be using shot from my Sony, and we'll be using shot from random shots that were shot at different times of the day, so that we'll be able to color grade them together without using we'll color correct them, we would color grade, and we'll do all the magics we want to do together. And maybe we might be comparing my color grade with using a LUT to color grade our images. And most importantly, we would also be color grading with this particular introductory video that I am using right now. Yes, this particular one. I'm still standing on that strong fact that using LUTs is really destroying your images. So if it sounds exciting, get yourself a bottle of water, get yourself a glass of wine. No, not wine, maybe coffee. So let's dive into this video together. And if you like content like this, ensure you subscribe and ensure you hit the notification bell. That is going to be a huge support to this YouTube channel and huge support to myself as well too. So what are we waiting for? Let's start. I would be importing this particular clip as well. This is a drone shot that I shot during one project for Super Eagles. That was year 2023. So let's scrub through to see the best part that we need. I think I like it down here. It is a 4K footage, so we can see how dirty all these clips are looking right now without color grading. So we'll be working on all these clips without using a single LUT. And there was this particular LUT that we bought from a wedding videographer in Nigeria. After testing them out, I was not impressed at all. Sincerely, to me it feels like a wasted money, a wasted investment, to be candid. So we'll be color grading this together. So like I said, this was from this set and this was from a wedding. This is another angle of the same, and then this is a drone shot, and we have more clips here that we are still going to work on. So I made an extra timeline for all these other clips to see how we can best work with them. So let me rotate. Should have been minus. So to rotate your clips, depending on how you shot it, so it should just be on, and I can scale this up also. So this was shot at late night, I think. Let me look for her. Okay, yeah, I kind of think I like this part where she walks closer to the camera. We don't have to edit so much. If you understand the flow, then you can easily work with any of this clip all by yourself. You can color correct and get the best that you want. So, and then I'll be working on this particular portrait as well. This was from a beauty shoot I did, from a music video actually, of a model. Alright, so I like it from this part. So I shot on 120 frames per second and then HD 120 frames per second. So we'll be color grading these as well too. So I'm tempted to even start with this, and I usually would tell you, like I've said in my previous video, ensure you know how to shoot properly. Look at these sweet shots. This was just a one light setup. look at just one, look at this beautiful shot. So if by the time you want to color grade, get a skin type, a skin tone rather, it won't take you time at all. So I'll add one more view. So let's start from, this is going to be the last one. My video is going to be, I look good, and this set looks nice. All right, so let's start from the worst. So this is a drone shot that was shot around, I think this should be like past 10 or to 11 at Ikoyi, Lagos, Nigeria. First, so I have that particular lot here. I'll be blurring the person's name out. So I bought it for, I think, 30,000 naira thereabouts. So these are his lots. So by the time I am dragging and dropping any of this lot out, just trust me, my blacks are crushed already. Let me open my Instagram so we can see how it looks. Can you see that my Instagram is more to the shadow? Any of them. And there are so many reasons why LUT would never work for you. All these LUTs, I tried them on many wedding videos, I tried them on many clips. By the time you are applying them, you won't be happy that you invested in in a LUT. So now, before we start color grading, we'll just be discussing a few reasons why I think LUT is damaging your footages. The first one is wrong type of LUT. You can never know when the preset seller was making your LUT. They never stated. They may tell you that it works for S-Log3, works for, by the time, if I had made my shots at a beach and this LUT was created for an interior set, definitely it can never work. Using a LUT designed for a different color space or gamma settings than your footage can lead to incorrect color transformation. So if the gamma space that the LUT was designed on is quite different from, so imagine trying to apply a LUT that was designed for Sony footages for ARRI, or a LUT that was designed for an outdoor shoot and you're trying to use it for, a kind of set like this. No, it would never work. So, and at times it is because some LUTs were created aggressively. So by the time you are applying them, all your images are crushed already, either too blown out. But a LUT would never work for you perfectly, even without you knowing how to do your color corrections. So, and at times is your bit depth limitation. My camera can only shoot 8 bits, and that's one of the limitations to applying LUT. By the time you are applying some LUT on it, it would never work properly. Unlike you are applying a LUT on a 10-bit footage camera, ARRI Alexa, Red Komodo, Red Monstro, Red Dragons. Those one might, give you a very close reference to what you want, but can never give you a perfect without you still coming back to to do your tweak to adjust it. And another thing is improper exposure. No matter how expensive your LUT is, no matter how professional the LUT seller is, by the time you are applying it, if you have not done your proper correction, it would only be a waste of time and a waste of investment if you have bought that particular LUT and not downloaded for free. There was even a website that I came across last year. This particular LUT has thousands of LUTs. By the time you are applying it to your video, you just feel like, no, I just wasted data. If you're not in Nigeria, you may not be able to relate, but I have wasted megabytes. I have wasted money in investing in this slot. So, and there is also a website, Envato. I have tried many of their LUTs. It is never giving me, no shades, trust me. It has never given me the desired result because we are always looking for a shorter cut. I think that's how human minds work, whereby you don't want to go through the due process. You just want to find, just a button that you want to tap, just like asking ChatGPT a question, and you're just getting your color fill all at the same time. No, it doesn't work, that way. Another thing that you need to know is color space, mismatch. I just sit down here in my notes that applying a LUT designed for a different color space than your footage can cause significant issues. Applying a Rec 709 LUT to log footage without first converting the log footage to Rec 709 can produce incorrect colors and contrasts. So it is just going to, like I said, it will just be a waste of time, especially if you are running with, a particular deadline and you are just thinking that, oh, I would not color correct, I will just do it myself, then the last point, which is my 6th point, is the LUT intensity. Applying a LUT at full intensity may also be too strong. Applying a LUT at a full intensity may be too strong for your footages, and at times they may be too light. By the time you are trying to weigh your balance from your histogram, you will just see that you are not getting the proper, exposure. And then that's one of the reasons why you've got to know how to color grade yourself. And at times you will pay a colorist for them to deliver pictures or videos to you. You're still dragging them a week after. So why you could just sit down, learn with this particular tutorial and get better with your footages. So let's get back to, our tutorial. So this was a drone footage, and I will just be we'll be doing the color correction together. So let's dive back into this. So I'll be creating maybe like 6-7 notes. So for you to create more notes, just press Alt S, or you can manually come here and you tap on add note serial, so you can create more. Check your footage in full screen, you can just press letter P. This allows you to play your footages in a wider shot, so you can see all the noise and grains. Not really grains, that's the next clip. You can see all the noise that were in my shots. Can you see? And of course you can see here from my scopes, that they are just overly crossed. I'll be leaving this particular tab on waveform. So now let's do our color correction. So like I said, if you zoom it very closely, you are seeing noise already. So, and noise is always one of the last notes that I always love to keep at the back of my notes. So I'll come to this particular bar. So motion effect, then you change your frames to, if your system is very, very fast like mine, you could use 5, but for this particular footage I'll be using 4. And then I would change my motion range to better. Then I will increase my luma, my temporal threshold. As I increase it, even though the footage is losing quality, I'd seen a very, very fast tutorial where the YouTuber was telling them to increase it to 100, how to remove noise from your shot in just a minute. It doesn't work that way. There are processes to it. So because the more you decrease your noise, the less sharpened your images would be. Your images would just be out of, it will be getting blurred already. So I will just keep this on 22 and see how it looks like. So you can see the difference in this. So let's continue. This was before and this is after. I don't know if you're seeing any change. All right, so let's continue. I'll leave this on, and then I'll come to my spatial threshold. I would unlink this link between my luma and my chroma. So my chroma, I would increase it to 8. I usually would leave it between 8 and 12 depending on the footage. So if I'm zooming this in, you would see that my shot is now looking better, but still I have lost some details to sharpness. So I'll come to my blur panel, and then I would reduce. For you to see it well, I think I would rather do this in another tab. And for your benefit, you can always rename your node. So this is, I would rename this as the noise. I think I like capital letter, the noiser, and then I'll put this as my sharpness. Of course, like I said, you could do it on the same node, but so that we can see the difference between the two. So I would reduce, I'll bring it down to 47. So you can see the difference between this and this. My images are now sharper. So if I should bring it down, it will be overly sharp. So I don't know how good your screen is since I'm uploading on YouTube. So this is abuse. This is an abuse already. I'll be leaving this at 0.47. So that's fine enough for my clip. So just with 2 nodes, I'll be taking this out to show us how it looks like with this and without this. So we have gone from this to this. All right, so the next thing is to do my color space transformation in this form. So I would come to my input color space, which is DJI Gamut, Can you see the difference when I just applied this node? It automatically, turns my image to Rec 709. So then I'll go back to pick D-Log. That's my input gamma. So you can see the difference that is happening. Don't be bothered with the way the image is getting, falling more to the darker part. We would definitely correct that. So then I will change my input color space to Rec 709, and then my timeline is going to be in Rec 709 as well. So you can see the difference. We went from this to this. So let me increase from this to this just with 3 nodes, even though we have lost some details which we are going to do color correction on. Can you see my clips now? It looks much better. Yeah, of course they might be slow now because you have put in so many tools there. So but definitely we are going to work on all the needed things. So just with 3 nodes, see how far we have come. You can rename this as well to color space transform. That should be CST. My first node, I would correction, and then this could be my balance. This could be my balance. So let's look at our image again. So what do we need to do? I'll come to ensure you're under your color wheels. So I think I'll work with the second node first. So I would like to really increase my offset. I usually would love to crush it, and then I would gently be bringing it back. So let me reset and see what it looks like with exactly. So I think I like it that way. And then my lift, like I said, crush it, and then you bring it back little by little. Yeah, I'm fine there. So my gamma, all right, let me use my gain. Yeah, this looks better. And then I will what next do I need to do? So I can increase my contrast from here. All right, so I can raise my highlights. Exactly. So look at my clip. This was just done under 5 nodes. Let me increase the screen. So I'll be showing you before we started color grading, and then after. So before I added my basic color correction, so we went from this to this. Can you see that we've been able to clear all the noise? So if I want it to be more dramatic, I could do, I could add more content. I could add, extra things to it depending on how you want to. For some people, for basic correction, this is fine already at Rec 709. But if you really want to make it dramatic, then you could now go extra. You can go extra mile. For now, I'm not sure I'll be needing this slot, so I would like to bring my CST here. So then I'll come to my effect panel, and then I would change my output color space. I'll be changing it to Canon Cinema Gamut. So can you see the difference that just happened in it? This allows me to change my, color space, transform. Then I'll be creating a new node, add serial, and then I would be giving this color space transform, and then I would creating a new node, and then I would now add a film look under my Kodak just to make it really look cinematic depending on the style that you want to go for. There are so many LUTs here. There are so many film look here that you could just adapt. If you want a vintage look, I usually would pick this if I want it to have a vintage look. And then you go back to your basic color correction to, work on it. So for now, let's stay on, let me stay on this. I think I'm liking this already. So just double tap, it goes there, automatically. All right, so if you feel like it is too, if it is overly exposed to, just come to your, key inputs, and then I would reduce the level at which I want it to, have effect on my, this is 0, and I think I love it this way. Okay, I think we should make this our master shot so that we are seeing what we are doing properly. So now if I want more drama to this particular shot, and it was just a white shot that I needed for an establishment shot. If I needed to focus on this particular building, I could just, do a vignette around this shot so that I would just be focused on it. But for this particular shot, this is just all I want it to be. So now I want it to have more drama. So I'll be creating new nodes, right from my sharpness. So I'll be like to bring this down. Let me raise these guys up. So, and then I would come to grain. So I'll be adding, no, I think I should add glue first. Let me see what glue is going to do. Can you see the difference that just happened now? Glue. Exactly. So my spread, I can control how I want it to be. Then my saturation, if I want it more, the opacity. Can you see how, if you have seen some YouTubers videos, some Instagram content creator video, and their video is really looking glowing, all the bulbs everywhere where light is really popping. So you could just do it if you have a paid version of DaVinci Resolve. So increase or decrease it if you feel fine by whatever level it is. Then you can close this up. Then I'll be making another node. So I'll be searching for film grain. In my grain, I would be looking for, I like to use 35mm 400T because it really works for me. Let me zoom it in so that you can be able to see the grain very well. So my grain size, I would really increase it so bad so that you can see it. So I think this is fine. My grain strength, softness. Right now, just the way I zoomed in, I can barely even see any form of, noise in my image again. So opacity, if you really want to increase it, can you see the grains now? So let me leave that at default. The grain size, I'll be increasing it. I don't know if you are seeing the grain now. This is what you usually would see in, Hollywood movies. So this looks beautiful already for me. And lastly, I'll add one more node. Sorry. I'll be adding one more node, just to make it more dramatic. Use your Alt S to create just one node, and then I'll add alation. Alation is just the king of effects that I always look at. Look at what just happened now with just one node by adding alation. So if you have ever seen, crazy drone shots, so imagine if this was shot in the New York, or maybe Texas. You've seen those crime movies, Superman, Batman, when it is at, night, they want to fly, the way their environment are usually called. And if you now even happen to be a VFX person, there are more that you could do to this shot. You can just enhance, you can add more lights, you can add a copter flying, and you can still see how very neat that my videos are. How very neat. So if you want to adjust it, the strength, if it is too pronounced, or if you want it to be more, you could. But I don't like abusing this. If you want if you want to increase the saturation of your alation, that's how to. What else am I doing? So usually if you want to, if you are new to alation, so you could just do your view isolated regions, and then you can use your threshold to adjust where you just want it to spread to, or where you don't want it to spread to. Then you can uncheck this, and then strength, so saturation, so just with one node, so I think Balo, stop. So this is just how I color graded my footages. So we went from what was terrible. Let me reduce the strength of this, reduce my saturation a bit as well too. So we went from this, from a very, very noisy image, and we were able to arrive at this just with, how many nodes have we been able to work on? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So just with 9 nodes, without using a lot. Like I said, if you just wanted it to be basic, you can just come uncheck all these three tab, use Control D to uncheck. Now you may need to check this back, and you change your settings back to, oh, that's my glow, yeah, my CST. So you could just take your CST back to, from senior gamut, you could take it back to Rec 709. That is if you want a normal result. And of course, you will still have all your glow, you have all your alations if needed, if that's the way you want to do this. All right, so that's for the basic result. And you can always save this if let me go to my grade. Let me create a power grade. So I'll be creating a power grade album so as to keep, I'll just save it as tutorial. All right, so this is our first look. And then if I want to take it back to what we did the other time, so it is going to go back to senior film log, and that's how we were able to arrive. I think there needs to be a contrast in this. All right, so this looks beautiful already. And so to save our time and not to bore us, I'll be creating a part 2 where we are going to continue with other videos that we have here as well too. So thank you for watching this particular content. To make it shorter for us, I would not be continuing, working on the other videos here. So join me in the next video that I'll be posting, so that I'll be able to work on the other, extra shorts that we have here. And if you have questions on my breakdown, if you think that there is anything that you do not understand, drop a comment. If you have anything that you do not understand in the process at which I work with, drop a comment in the comment section. I would personally love to attend to you. And if you are new to this YouTube channel, I am Jide. I am a filmmaker based in Lagos, Nigeria, and I help filmmakers to become, better at what they do. So if you love content like this, ensure you subscribe, to the YouTube channel, and ensure you give me a thumbs up. Let me know how good you feel, how good it feels, watching this particular tutorial. I'll be so great. I'll be so glad to know that I'm, in my own little way. I'm not a professional colorist yet, but at least I'm passing knowledge across to you. So if you love content like this, ensure you subscribe, share, tell someone about it. Everybody's got to be better, in this filmmaking game. Thank you so much. It's good to be here. Catch you in the next episode, where we'll be, working on these other footages that we have here. We have about 5-6 footages to go. If you love content like this, ensure you subscribe if you have not subscribed. It is so good having you here. Thank you so much, and catch you in my next video. Bye.